All right.
Very good. Well, hello everybody. Well, this is going to be one of the workouts that we're going to be doing on the days that we're generally trying to recover. Okay, so this is a lot more recovery based. So heart rate should be right around 64 to 65% overall. And as we get better, then we're able to do a little bit more on those days, on those aerobic days, those days that are a little bit more difficult on our strength training days or on your longer aerobic or anaerobic or high intensity days. So quite a few different options that we're going to have here, but for the most part, this one is going to be a 101 core aerobic training with a little bit of legs. It's your transverse abdominis with your obliques. So there's a lot going on here, but what we're trying to do is be able to get a lot done within little time. So we're going to hit the legs and make the legs a little bit heavy so that you don't have to do half as much on your core or on your obliques. We want the legs to feel heavy. We want them to be heavy as you continue to get up and set. So you'll understand as this workout continues to go on. This is take 2 of this workout. We had one this morning, but that one didn't record for some reason. So for everybody else that's going to be doing this one, with no further ado, let's kind of get it going. So this is Kim. Kim and I are going to be working it out together. All right. So again, all you're going to need are some sliders. Okay, maybe a mat. Make sure you have about 4 feet. You'll understand why here in a moment. And then a bench. Doesn't need to be very high. Okay, doesn't need to be high at all. And if you don't have a bench, what you'll do is you'll just kind of go high knees. Okay. Until where you can get your heart rate into about 64 to 65%. If you get up into the green zone, which is right there around, different for everybody, but no higher than 148. Okay, so that is your highest, that's your peak, and then everything else is, your heart rate is going to be a little bit lower. And your heart rate should fall as we do the core exercises, the oblique exercises, okay? So I'm gonna take you through we're gonna take you through a couple rounds, and then you're gonna do your very best to get 4. So that takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get all 4 done, okay? All right, so what we're gonna start off by doing, if you haven't already, make sure you get some leg swings. This is recovery based, so you don't have to get into a lot of physical warm up. You can do some leg swings, 12 to 24, inside and out. Most of y'all know what that is, but that's where you're holding here and you're bringing your leg out, okay? But I do want you to hold on to something so you can get that full lengthening, okay? And then here, okay? All right, and then everything else is not high intensity, so everything else, your body will naturally warm up, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over and across on the bench. There's a couple different modifications you can do here. I would recommend you go over and across just to start off with, and as your body feels more warmed up, then you can kind of go here with 1 foot, and then the third one is going to be up and over, okay? So I do recommend that you do get a good little warm up, cardiovascularly before you do it, but you don't have to. It's just going to make this feel a whole lot better quicker, okay? So you'll be able to kind of get into it. Hint why I'm going to be jumping, because I feel like I can jump, it feels good, and I'm ready to go. Okay, so each one of these exercises are 30 seconds, all right? 30 seconds. This is, again, 101. This is where we're beginning, and I promise we're going to get going here in a moment. But this last thing, if you cannot do this exercise, which I'm seeing, this is a little bit more difficult for most people. This one, I'd much rather you not do the exercise to do the exercise. We want to work the depth of that muscle. You will never work that muscle group or those tendons and stabilizers the proper way if we continue to modify it to where we can do it for the rest of the time remaining. This is most times when we're doing the hollow, that this is the move. I want you to go here even if it's 2 seconds. okay? Even if it's 1 or 2, because you'll notice the more that you do it, the better that you're gonna get at it. Those stabilizers are gonna break down, then they're gonna get stronger. But you will never work that muscle group if you're not working that muscle group, okay? So even if it's 1 or 2 seconds, don't worry about that. That's good, that's okay, that's fine, that's where we're at. And that's just fine. So be here, 1, 2, or if you can hold it, then obviously you're gonna hold for the full 30 seconds, okay? So my point is this, whatever you're doing, do the exercise with quality, not quantity so much. So the quality is where you're going to affect the muscle groups most magnificently, okay? And that's where the results come. All right, good. Okay, ready? So we're gonna do 1 or 2 sets. We'll see how much time we have, but for the most part, we're gonna get a little bit done, then you're off on your own, okay? All right, so here we go. Up and over. Big breath. We are trying to stimulate the heart rate into the aerobic zone. Soft little landings. Good. Beautiful. Nice job, Timmy. And 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Hit those sliders. Okay? If you don't have any sliders, that's okay. What you'll do is you'll just walk this foot up. 2 seconds. Bounce. And back. Okay? Other side. And bounce, okay, and back. So again, 30 seconds, but if you do have some sliders, let's try to keep your muscles under tension for the most part. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, this is not about going fast today, okay? There's a lot of Pilates, a lot of strength training, with flexibility in the same component. You're using less energy, okay, to perform these exercises, but you're also working at a much deeper level, okay? It may feel like you're working at a much higher rate. That's just because you may not be used to working the stabilizers this way. In 3, 2, 1. Good, and good. Stretch that back out just for a little bit, just for a moment. 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, what you're gonna do your very best to do is keep those legs straight. And bring those feet up and in. So bring your hands out a little bit wider, okay? But I want you to do your best to slide those sliders between your hands, while also keeping your legs as straight as they possibly can go. Okay, so it looks like this. So as you go down, you can also rock your hips down, and then it's kind of like a kick, okay? So you're pulling your feet up and through, keeping your legs as straight as you can. Your feet are shoulder width apart, and up, okay? Ready, and go. Again, if you don't have, you can modify, if you don't have the sliders, you can work your way up. Okay? Either way, all right? Okay, here we go. We're gonna go 15 more seconds. 15, here we go. Obviously, the quicker you go, the more tension it builds up, the more results you get. Woo, but the higher the heart rate. Oh dear. And 3, 2, 1, and good. Nice job. Stretch that back out. Good. And let's go into wide plank. Good. Nice wide plank. Good job. Remember, these are 30-second increments, each one. 30 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but I guarantee you as we get into the 3rd and the 4th round, even in the first one, you'll feel a little bit. Good job. Big breath. Keep those legs out nice and wide. You should feel those in your adductors. Good for the hips, good for hip flexion and adduction. And 3, 2, 1, flip it around. Okay, now this is what I was talking about. Make sure that you're keeping your legs as straight as you can. None of this. Okay. If you can only do that for 5 seconds, it's okay. But now you're affecting the muscle in the deepest way. So that's what we want. Ready? And go. Move those feet. There you go. That's beautiful. Good job, Kim. Lower obliques, rectus abdominis, and higher obliques. Those are primary muscle groups. Good job. That's beautiful. Hold on. You got it. Less than 15 seconds. Come on. Good. This is the 5th round for me. This is kind of hurting now. Woo! Yes, it is. After a little 5-mile jaunt part, that's tough. All right, now we're gonna move into Superman, okay? And it looks like this. So, you're here. You want to directly move over. Okay. So, you look like this. Keeping those hands up for 30 seconds. All right, here we go. Just so you can see me. Hands are up. If you need to release the tension in the back, I don't want you to go down, your head to go down or your feet to go down. So you can kind of push your hands back, but bring them back up again. Good work. Nice job. Way to hang in there. And 3, 2, 1. You're going to do your very best to flip over without any hands or out of any feet. There you go. Nice job. 30-second hold. Good work. So again, if your knees are bent, you're not going to work those stabilizers the proper way. So I'd much rather you be straight for a couple seconds, put your feet down. Perfect, Kim. That was excellent. And 3, 2, 1. Now flip it over again. There you go. Oh, that's nice. Woo. Good job. Way to work it. Looking good. Big breath. Big breath. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it around. And good. You're down. Okay, good. Stretch that out just for a minute. For a moment, not a literal minute. Just leaving that back out. Good. But this is what this is going to do here, okay? So what we're going to do with this is it's kind of like a mountain climber, but it's Pilates based. So it's a lot of just releasing the pressure and tension, but also putting and applying tension on the quads still, but releasing pressure and tension in your lower back. So your feet are going to come in all the way through. Okay, so there you go, good. Your knees are going to fall through your chest. You're pulling that slider all the way through. Another modification is bringing the foot up and we're doing some shearing. I usually tell you not to pull your knee forward too much, but in this exercise, it's okay. And it's not telling, I'm not always saying that you never pull your knees forward, but for the most part, in most of the exercise that we do, we want to make sure that our knee is back. But in this exercise, we do want the knee to be strengthened without the impact. Okay, good. So we're just kind of pushing ourselves forward a little bit, moving to the other side. Good, just like so. All right. With the slider, it's a little bit more. You're under tension a little bit more. So I prefer you to have a slider. Okay. If you don't have sliders, come get some. I have some. I have lots of sliders for everybody. Okay, good work. Okay, again, that's 30 seconds, just like so. All right, good. All right, and your last exercise in this one set is going to be roll up, okay, burpee without coming up and jumping, okay? So it looks like this. Okay, all right, ready and go. There are quite a few modifications for this one. You can pull yourself here and push off until you start to get those lower obliques and fully engaged, okay? Good. The push-up is optional. You can keep your elbows in or hands out. Today we're not putting any emphasis really on the pectoral major. Good, less than 15 seconds. Good job. That's nice, good. You can modify, again, many different modifications. You can go here and up and switch around, okay? You can go here. The best thing is to bring your feet back further. The more that you bring your feet back, the more that you have to push yourself through that exercise with. Bring your feet out wide and lean forward, okay? Good. Or you can also do it this way. Pushing your hands back behind you. That's a better way. Okay, all right, good job. One is done. Good job. The key, yeah, good job. Way to go. Thanks for being here. We'll see you. Okay, so I'm gonna take you through just one more, just kind of go through a little bit quicker, but for the most part, all these should be back to back to back, okay? Each exercise will allow you to get your heart rate down as you continue on with the program, okay? So, all right, so that was set one. Let's do that again, all right? Up and over, up and over. Again, there's 3 modifications. You can do it that way, this way. This is the part where you're getting your heart rate up aerobically. That means with oxygen. That means that you can have a conversation, like I'm having a conversation with you, okay? Good. Soften the landings. All right, very nice. Good job. Get those sliders. Come over here, bounce, slide, and bounce. Remember, 30 seconds. 30 seconds only. Good job. Very nice. Looking good. Okay, that's good. You can stretch that back out a little bit. Roll 3 to 5 seconds. Big breath. Hands out wide. Do your best to keep those feet together. Up and in. Legs straight. Again, every exercise is what? That's right, 30 seconds. Even though I'm going over a little bit, but you just make sure it's 30 seconds. And as we go through these, more and more, we'll keep adding a little bit, okay? As your body improves, we have to add a little bit more. And good. Nice job. And into plank. Feet out nice and wide. okay? 30 seconds only. Good work. Take those deep breaths. Feel your lungs fill. Good. You're doing great. Keep it up. 10 seconds. Keep those hips up. We're working those hip flexors. It's going to help release pressure and tension from doing a lot of running. If you're in our program, you're doing a lot of running. All right. And good. Switch that around. Okay. We're here for 30 seconds. Ready to go.
Hello.
Well, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Just getting it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I love my shoes.
Good job. Keep it up. I know this is the part where you keep your legs real straight. Straight, even toes out. It's a little bit more difficult. Just do what you can. Woo! 6 seconds. Very difficult. Good job. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Into hollow. Hold. You want to bring this real close to you. Legs are up. Good job. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Transfer over. 30 seconds. Remember, you can release the pressure and tension by pushing your hands back behind you. You can release that pressure if you're starting to get a cramp in your rhomboids or lats. You can go ahead and do this. All right, switch. Again, do your best to keep your arms or your feet from touching the ground, okay? Keep everything tight, everything straight. Straight-ish, but don't bend because we want to hit the stabilizers. You won't hit them to the depths for which you get better if you don't lengthen them out right. And switch.
I just came here like, you know what? I know there's a lot on the line that I don't know about. Do you know that?
Hands up nice and high. Arms and legs as straight as you can. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it around and down. Notice how I bend my legs in. That releases the pressure and tension in my back. And that's a good thing, okay? Good, because right now, you're moving into your Pilates, okay? Where you're moving your knee in, getting your heart rate down, but make sure there is some shearing here. You should be able to feel that stretch in your lower back, even through your thoracic back. Those are the muscles that help support your spine, okay? Pull through your spine and your thoracic back by bringing your chin to your chest and trying to keep it there a little bit as you're moving and rotating through. You don't have to do that the whole time, but try to do it for a little bit and see how that feels. Right now, we're just trying to loosen the pressure and tension that we just built up, okay? With every build up, there must be a release side. Most people don't release the pressure and tension, and that's how you get injured. So today is mind-bending big, okay? As we get into the 201, this is the 101. As we get into the 201, we'll explain a little bit more of its importance. Because it's a little bit more dynamic, the exercises are a little bit more engaging in depth of the depth. But when we get there, we'll get there. Good. If you want to go a little bit outside of 30 seconds, you can completely do that. This is a phenomenal exercise that you can feel releasing, okay? That's great. All right, let's end again with those burpee push-ups. Okay, 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Remember, it's always quality over quantity. Don't worry about going super fast, just good and controlled. All right. And that, my friend, is how you do this aerobic training, okay? On the other side, once you have completed your 4th set, then you can go on and do a little stretch that I showed everybody, okay? So, show you that. I want you to lengthen your load and your mat out. Bring your feet out, knees out, okay? Bring your feet in, your knees out. And then come on down, okay? Nice and slowly. You want to, as you continue to go down, you want to bring your heels closer to the glutes, okay? Now, you want to move your chin to one side, whatever side is fine. You're here for 1 minute, okay? I won't do the whole thing, but, okay? So, you're going to do the same thing, lift up, over here, 1 minute, okay? All right, when you're done with that, you're going to release that. So there's 2 minutes there. Release that pressure, okay? Whatever foot was on the top, you're gonna put on the bottom this time, okay? So, but make sure you get better results by pushing your heels into the glutes. Again, this is going to help release pressure through your gluteus medius, adductors, your gluteus, all through the glutes, the IT band, and through your hip flexors, okay? So, again, we do a lot of running, so we want to release those, okay? So, same thing, 1 minute, 1 minute. You're gonna come through here, into a baby position, okay, for 1 minute. There's a couple different exercises, different ways to do this. I'll show you the next one on the next video, but good. All right, so the way you flush that out is by rolling. So you're not done with just your stretches. You need to roll this out. Again, this is 101 on your aerobic days, the days that you're trying to recover, the day before a hard day, okay? So you should at least have 2 of those, no matter really what you're doing. You should have quite a few aerobic days in there. So it depends upon what you're doing, but for the most part, we are going to be doing this on Tuesdays and on Thursdays. A different portion. Thursday is going to be a little bit different, but it's a higher end of the aerobic core, obliques, a little bit of upper body instead of legs. So we're engaging a different aspect of the body there. Okay, well, very good. Hopefully that helped you out. If you have any questions, just leave them for me underneath this, or you can always text me. All right, well, until next time, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming.
That's true. That's what